Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to explain you how to create this sort of UI. This is a game messaging app type of UI it is, and I have taken it from dribble.com. Main challenging part in this UI will be you can see these three circles, one curve, the second curve starting from here going here, and the third curve, plus there is a fourth background here. Second thing challenging will be to have something in this format, like when you click on this you will get to switch between this layout, and these tabs are not horizontal, which are the general consideration in material guidelines. So these are vertical tabs, and sorry, these are horizontal tabs, I would say, because vertical tabs are the tabs which are here, here and here, and there is a layout below them, but this is completely reverse of that. So these are horizontal tabs. Now when clicking on streamers on media, the layout on the right side will change. And the third tricky part in this UI will be to draw this card. Now you can see here this Fortnite button, I would say button, or you can just say it as a label, but this has a custom shape. Now if you have watched my earlier videos, you might have seen that I have already created a video on how to create custom shapes, but here there is a tricky part that it has some shade also. So in this video or in the next video, you will be able to understand, you will come to know that how you can add a shade, and also you can give it a elevation with your custom shape. And I have actually researched around on the net, but I could not find any solution how to give a custom shape to the material thing, okay, so that it gets elevation. So I created my own, and I researched, I tried and hit and tried, and I got the solution. Maybe not in this video, but definitely I have a plan to complete this both the screens in 3 videos. So first I will be creating this background, which will be a sort of common background with the same widget will be used here in this screen. So as you can see, this has a colored sort of circles, and this has a whitish circles. So my first target will be to complete this, and second will be this. So in this video you might see the background and the vertical horizontal tabs, and in the second video we will work on the card, and in the third video we will complete of the video series complete. This screen will be completed, and there will be a navigation, and this part will be completed. I believe the creating card is a bit of tricky, and it might take some time, so I have kept the whole second video for this card itself. So let's directly head on to our app, and I have already prepared the colors, the style guides, and the models that we will be using. So let me give you a brief of them. So we are into our main.dart, and in main.dart we have just debug show checked mode banner as false, so that there is no banner here. And there is a container. This container is nothing but just a black container, which you can see in the screen here. And now let's come to the style guide. So some colors I have taken out. This is the background color, which you can see here. This is the background color. It's pretty difficult to find out the colors out of this screen because there is lot of gradient, lot of opacity. So I have come out with best colors that I feel will match the UI. My first circle color, so this will be my first circle color, and my second circle color will be this, and third circle color will be this one. And to create this orangish thing, we will be creating 3 more colors, so that I will let you know in the maybe in the third video or in the second video, if we are able to complete the card in the second video. Okay, now heading on to the text styles. Text styles are very easy, they are not much to be explained here. And as and when we are going to use the text here, here and here, we will be using these styles, so need not to worry about. Now the models. So after reading this whole UI, I thought to create a model for this, which will be actually called as forum, and a model for topic. So forum consists of multiple topics, and count of threads, count of subscribers maybe, and the rank. So as you can see here, it's a title which will have Fortnite and PUBG, just example. Image path also I have taken 2 images, so you can have a look at this. This is the image, and this is the second image. Okay, so these two images, you can see dimensions are different, but at the end of second video we will be able to get the exact aspect ratio of both the images. So this is 533 by 800 and this is 1205 by 1500. So both the images will fit in very nicely in the card. And yeah, so coming back to forum model, we have a rank which will be 31 and 25 for these two. Topics, this is a list of topic, and threads will be the count of threads, and subscribers will be 500 plus and 1000 plus. Now heading to the topic will be nothing but it will have see, as you can see here, topics is a list of topic, and so topics is inside forum, so I have added it. Now topic is itself a model, so there is a question, there is an answer, and there is a thread count, I guess, or yeah, answer count. So these three fields will be there: question, recent answer, and the answer count, and I have already added the content. So don't worry about that, don't worry about the style guides as well. Now let's start with the containers. So let's create a landing page. This will be our landing page for this complete UI, and we will start with creating the app background. Okay, so let's create a package, sorry, a folder with name pages, so that we can add a landing page into that. And let's add landing page inside this. Let's import material and name it as landing page. Okay, so there will be not much difference. You can see the output is perfectly a little bit wrong because of I have not imported it. So let's start, and you can see a black background, I guess. Yes, you can see now. Okay, so let's create I would say a stack first, or scaffold, because that has to be the parent of this page. And inside this you can have body as a stack. Okay, and yeah, so it will have children. Why I have taken a stack, you might be wondering. See, this is a background, so it has to be behind these all the things, so definitely we need a stack. So our stack's first element will be our app background. Okay, so let's create an app background widget. This will be a custom widget, and we will be creating a folder where we will be creating some common widgets that are used in this project. Okay, so let's name it as app background dart, and again do the same stuff which we did for landing page. And yeah, so I have added app background. Now what this will have, you might be wondering how this should be created, so there is a basic idea behind this. First of all, I would like to again add a stack here. Why I would like to add a stack? Because see, you might be having some opacities here. So this is the last layer, as I can see from the spec. This is the first layer on top of last layer. This is the second layer, and this is the topmost layer. Okay, so let's first give a background to it, and let's add a stack. Sorry, I have little bit throat problem, so there will be some different noise coming out. No worries. Let's add a container first and give it a color which is already there in the color. So this is the background color, and I have added it here. So let's import it, and let's see the output if we can see. Okay, so again there is import problem, no problem. Okay, so you can see some background color here. Okay, yes, earlier it was not there, so let's make it as green so that you can see it clearly. I want to basically explain you what I would be doing here. So let's create a container again, which will be actually a circle, this big circle, this complete big circle. Let me explain you how you can create this. So this is your screen, right? And its dimensions are, I would say, 9 by 6, right? And then you create a circle on top of this screen. Okay, and its dimensions will be, let me just have a look at that. Yeah, so its dimensions are 9 by 9. So you are creating a circle of screen height, right? Before that, Now how you will get the height of the screen? So nothing, you have to just wrap it inside a layout builder, so that it gives you a height also, height and the width. It gives you basically the constraints of the screen. Okay, so you will get the constant, and inside this you can get final height equals to constraint dot max height, and similarly you can get the width as well. So this will give you a height and width of I would say the screen. Let's just print it so that you get a better idea of what I am saying here, right? So width width, yep, you get the height and width here. And sorry, so this is stack we take out, and it doesn't have a child actually. So I think it has a child, but we will not need a child here. Let me just, yeah, no, it doesn't have child, but it returns something. It returns a widget. Okay, so you return this, and yes, now let's run it again. Sorry, and let's see what does it print. It prints 896 as the height and width as 414. So our height of this screen is 896 points and width is 414. Now let's utilize this. As I said, we will be creating a circle, right? The height of this container, basically container with a custom decoration. So height will be our height and width will be our height. Why? Because we are creating a circle, right? So if you want to create a circle on the screen, you have to have it like this. Yes. So the radius of this will be height by 2, and that's why the containers height and width, which is containing this circle, will have width as your height and height also as the height. I think you are understanding it. So decoration dot circle. Uh, so if it is a circle, what will be the radius of this circle? Well, this radius will be height by 2, because container will be the square with height as something 816, and radius and width also as 816. So it will be something inside that rectangle square the circle will be, so its radius will be half of that. Now you might be wondering why it is not coming. So let's dig out if we can add a color to it. Will it come? Yes. So with the adding the color, it has come now, but the circle is inside this screen. It's nowhere matching with our height and width. So I found an solution to this. Well, by default it is bounded with the screen's width and height. Now if you increase the bound by using position widget, we are already inside this stack and we are very much eligible to use the position widget. So you might be thinking, what should be the position? What should be the left, bottom, top and right of these things? Well, left can be 0 and bottom can also be 0 for now. And let's see the difference. The circle is now increased. It's huge circle. Now you might not be able to see the full circle, but this looks like this. So this is the circle which I am talking about. It is near about like this. And yeah, so now to make it like this circle, we need to bring this circle in the center, right? So we need to drag it little bit here. So its left position will be something minus this length, right? So how this length can be calculated? Well, as you know, this is a width and you know this is the height, right? Fine. So how this can be calculated? Now this just, it's just a math. This total diameter will be height, and we need to move it little bit here. So I would say center is in the half of this. So this length becomes, I would say, this pointer here. Let me just draw a smallest. Yes. So this okay, this becomes the center of this circle, right? And now from here to here, the distance is height by 2. we need to, we know height by 2, we need to subtract width by 2 from height by 2, and that will be our left position. Okay, so it will be height by 2, suppose, and this is width by 2. Now because of this we will get this distance. Now we don't have to add it, we have to subtract it, so it will be subtracted from 0, and which means it will be in the negative side of it. Okay, now let's run it. And as you can see, this circle is in center. How I can prove it? Because this line is in center. This is just a emulator. This is in center, and it looks like it is in center completely. Okay, now what will be the bottom? Right now its bottom is 0. If I make it 0.1, what will happen to that? If I make it, sorry, if I make it 50, what will happen to it? It will move slightly up, right? So we need to move it more up. What is that up value that we can assume? So I feel that this distance from bottom is somewhere 3/4 of the complete height of this screen. So it will be again dependent on the height. Height equals to 0.25, I would say. So bottom is height into 0.25. Now we can go with our normal colors, which we have already declared. So first circle color this will be, and this will be our background color. I hope you have understood how I have created a circle, and it was very fun part. It was very innovative. It was very tricky part to draw this circle and position it to the left side, right side, and everything. So you might be wondering, what is the right side of it? Well, right side is this plus height into 2, I would say. Sorry, only height. So yeah, this is that is the right side. But we need not mention it here because we have already mentioned left and bottom, and we know the height and width of this container. So position widget takes the height and width of the child here. Okay, now let's work on the second circle, which starts from somewhere here and goes till here, right? Let's do it. So let's add the second circle as well. Now what is the second circle? If you remember, this starts from here and ends here. So okay, let's do this again. Let's make it 0, and since it has nothing to do with bottom, so let's assign it with related to our I would say top. Okay, and let's run it, what it says. Okay, let's add the color to it so that it looks clearly while developing. Okay, now let's change the height and width of the container. I would say this time we will go with 1.5 multiplied to the width, not the height, because that circle is not very big. It's related to width, so we can do it. Now it looks like this. What you need to do first? First, you can see this circle is slightly, some position is there from left side. So I would say this is something width into 0.2. It's like width into, I would say 0.2. It's 20% from left hand side, I would say. Yeah, little bit. If not that is correct, we can take it 0.15 also. Now from top, we need to move this circle a little bit top, and that little bit can be width into 0.3. And let's check by doing the minus of it so that it moves up, not down. So top is something, it starts from here. If it is 0, if it starts from here, but if it is 10, it starts from here. 20, it starts from here. So we have to move it up. That's why I have added minus sign. And now let's run it. So it looks okay, but we can move it a little bit more further up. Okay, now it looks almost similar to this. Okay, we will go with this, but I think we can increase the size of the circle so that it's more bigger in size. Yeah, now it looks perfect. And let's add the second circle color here. So yes, this looks very good. And yeah, let's head on to our third circle now. So now let's copy it and create the third circle on top of both the circles, and again go with the same scenario. Just make it as 0 0. Now which is the third circle? This is very small third circle, so I would say width can be its containers width and height. So yeah, let's see, and let's add the color so that we can see where it is right now. Third circle, so it's here. Now what should be the left? Maybe here you should not worry about left, you should worry about right. because it's more from right side. So nothing will change, because left is here, right is here, it's all okay. But now the things might change. So if I do -40, it shifts towards that side. So right, this is correct. But we need to move it more towards that. If I do it -80, let's see. Okay, so I figured out the values. It's minus width into zero point 0.2. Let's see. Yes, and also we can reduce the height of this circle. It is 0.06 and 0.06, because width was too much and circle is very large here. So now moving it towards top, so we can move it like this, and yeah, now it looks okay. We can move it slightly more up and now it's okay, fine. So let's change the color, and third circle color. So I think the background is completed and it looks great. Now let's add the horizontal tab bar very quickly, and let's end this video on a very good ending. So let's do it. Yes. Okay, so now let's add, we are inside this landing page. We have added the app background. Now let's add horizontal, or I would say let's just add it inside a center widget. Okay, so let's do it horizontal tab layout. That would be okay. Now inside the commons, create another file which is horizontal tab layout, and let's make it as stateful, because you might be knowing that if we select on one of the tab, uh, its text style gets changed. So when it is selected it is black, and when it is not selected it is slightly grayish. So let's do it. Now inside this you can have a column. As you can see, this is it is like a column here. So let's add 3 children. First will be a text. Okay, so text will be, I would say, media, streamers and forum. So media, text, streamers, and third will be forum. And the style will be will get updated. So let's get to our text styles and see which text style it will be. So it will be selected tab style for now, or the default tab style. So what we will do is we will use both of these. We will use default tab style here. Okay, so default tab and select tab. I already created those, so it's not a problem to use them. And streamers also, it's a default, but for right now, anyways I will be doing it using set state. I will be, when we click on this it will become selected, and it will, and otherwise. So let's see how it looks on running of this. Let's see. Okay, so they are here. They are definitely not in center. So what I will do is I will use align here. Okay, and alignment will be alignment dot center. It will be good. So it's not reflecting. Let me see why. Maybe it should be, or okay, let me check it. Okay, sorry for that. So I am running it again and it's looking like this. Now what's the height of this? Can you see? Its height is complete here, right? So first we need to then definitely have the main axis alignment, so that these 3 items take the space in between of them. And now as you can see, the second text here, first text here, and third text here. So we need to wrap it inside a container, and let's give it a height of 500. And let's see, yeah, now they are in proper shape. Now what you need to do with this text so that it gets in the vertical style. So I would suggest, let's create a common text, that is tab text, right? and let's do material here and add the stateless, so depth text here, and copy this text and paste it here. Simple, that's it. And now we have a common widget. Now we can whatever we do to uh, apply it, whatever we apply on this, it will be applied to all the, I would say, all the text tabs. Now let's add text to it. Let's add whether it is selected or not. For now, these two things, right? And let's add the field, so it's final and second one is final string text, right? Whatever text is sent from there, let's, and if it is selected, the style will be selected tab style, otherwise it will be default tab style, right? And yeah, let's make them have tab text here. So instead of text, let's use tab text and provide this. No need to provide style, just provide is selected as false for this, and similarly all the three tabs we will do same way, right? And so for selected, the third one is selected right now. Similarly, second one is not selected. So it should be I think it should be similar to this. Yeah, no changes. Now inside this text, what you need to do is wrap it inside transform, and you will see the magic. Transform.rotate. Now if you remember, in my previous videos I have told you what is the angle. So angle is nothing but it's in radians. If I do it 1, it is near about 58 point something angle, so it is rotated by 58 degrees. Now if I do it minus, it is rotated in minus 58. So I found out that the correct value for this is not a 1.5, it is 1.58 actually. Now it's straight. Now there is no issue in this. We have certainly rotated it. Now we need to position it somewhere on the left hand side, and we need to also consider that after this column, inside this center widget, we will be actually getting, I would say it should be in a row, so that, or it should be in a stack, so that the right hand side means I am saying that we need to position it here, and this thing should be positioned here. So again we will be taking a stack, and this will be having contain stack, then children. So my first part will be like this. Now let's see how it looks. There is an error, I guess. No, so it looks similar, but if you can definitely give it a position, right? So left can be minus or something 0.1. Let's see where it goes. Okay, it goes something like this. So bottom can be 0, so it looks like this. Let's figure out the values for this, and then I will tell you I have used position, and yeah, this should be positioned somewhere here, so that we add another item to this stack, which is a list view, and that list view will contain these items. Okay, right now I am not going to add that list view. Let's figure out the position of this. Okay, so if I run this, you can see it was like this. So why? Because I have not utilized its complete height. So top should be 0 and bottom should be 0, then only it will have its complete height here, right? You got the height. Now you can see this getting cut, the text getting cut. Why so? Because if you go to Flutter inspector, click on this, the height is 500, right? So when I rotate it, it rotates on this axis, and it becomes, instead of this, it becomes this, right? Also you can see the width. It takes it takes width, means it utilizes the width also. It is not that the width of this complete tab layout is only the height of this text. No, it takes when it was not rotated. So we have to consider this also, that now it is rotated. So we need to have some padding from top, right? So that this text gets completely visible. uh, sorry. Now if I run it, you can see there is a little bit more text shown. So let's add 32 so that the complete text is shown. Now this is pretty good, I would say, padding here. As you can see, forum is inside, more inside. So let's add 48 so that it looks more correct, similar to the design specs. Now it is okay. There is no harm in extending it little bit. We will definitely do it later on. And yeah, I think this is almost done. Now what I would like to have is, when I click on this, streamers is selected. So for that, we need to have a method inside tab text, which will be on tab, right? And on tab can be the method which gets called, and I would say it gets called with some index, and that index we maintain here as well. So final, I would say int selected tab, yes, and that is now 0. So now this is selected also gets changed when we when the uh, selected tab index, okay, where it is gone. So okay, so it was a selected tab index is equals to 0, they should be true. And if selected tab index is equals to 1, streamers should be true. And similarly like this. So right now if I run it, what do you think? This should be selected. Yeah, this is selected, so no harm in this. But whenever I click on this, it should be updated, right? So I go to tab text, and then I add a function to it on tab. This is my function. I need to pass this function also, or we can take it in the last part, on tab, right? Now we need to define this method, where this method will be called, and yeah, it says immutable, so it should be final. Now we need to see. Now tell me, what should be the clickable area of this thing? If I use this text, okay, so text is this one. So if I wrap inside this, the first thing will be to wrap inside, means wrap this as well, right? But if you now see, I will show you one thing, you will be amazed by that. Print on tabbed, right? Now let's run it and see when our on tabbed is getting printed. So I click on forum, it's not getting printed. It's not getting printed. Why? But if I click here, it's getting printed. You know why this is happening? Because when you go to Flutter inspector and you select this, the clickable area is this, not this one. So when I clicked on top of this, it was a rotated one, so it didn't apply on this. That's why we need to have this inkwell on top of text, so that this inkwell is also rotated together with text. This is also rotated. And now if I do this, print on tab. Now if I run it and I remove the inspect, okay, so when I click on anywhere on edge of this forum, if I click, then also on tab is getting printed. So this is the learning that you can take it from here, right? And so on tab this is a common function. Now this will be called every time. What is the body of this function? So that body we have to give here, on tab, tab. This method will take in index. So for this it is 0, right? For this, okay, for the second tab it takes 1, for the third tab it takes 2. And now we need to create this method. It's very simple thing. We did not create multiple methods. We created a single method that handles the things, and it takes index. We call set state. Inside that we change the selected tab index to the index, and that's it. We are almost done. So it's final. We can remove it here, right? And what is this? Void. So it's not void, it's function, I guess. No, sorry, it doesn't end, it's a return statement. So uh, it will work. Let's run it, and nothing is selected. This is pretty much bad thing that nothing is selected. So let me just check whether the click is happening. No, it's not happening. So something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. Let me check. So I got the problem. Since it requires a function, so we need to wrap it inside like this. Earlier it was tab, and I found that this tab was not getting called. So this it was not going inside this method. So what I did is I wrapped it inside this. Okay, and then it got to be working. So all the things I did to the all the tabs, I did this like this. And if I run it, so now since 0 is the selected one, let's do it the second one so that the forum is selected. And if I click on streamers media, they are getting selected. So now I think this is very much done. But one thing I noticed in the tab text, you know, whenever you are making a common widget, what is this is selected? You know, you have to always pass this is selected here. But whenever you are making a common widget, you should follow this good practice that you should be able to give some default values to it so that it never fails, right? So if I do it, if I by mistake, if I forget to write this line, then also media is unselected, because if I don't do it, it might show a null error definitely. Let's check what happens. So I have not given a selected any value and I have not given is selected any value here either. So let's see what happens here. If I run it, definitely there is an error. I don't know why, but yeah. So let's run it. See, there is a null pointer error because and it is not saying anything. We have to go to the logs and check the records. So better to give some default values if possible to the common widgets. Yeah, so guys, this is the end of the video. In the next video, we will be definitely going forward on the big creating of this card and the other UIs as well. Well, this was a very long video. I hope you understood how to create the circle, how to do this type of UI, so that by using circles, you might have thought that, oh, this is just it's a curve, but at the end it came out to be a circle. And also this type of horizontal tab layout, we will definitely work on the second video on this. And up till then, yeah, stay tuned, and thank you. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also hit the bell icon so that you never miss the content whatever I am posting on the channel. Okay, thank you.